Hi, I'm Arthur Hammons. I'm the author of the book, Yes, You Can Do This, Charting Your Way to Life's Riches, Health, Wealth, and Success. I want to share some ideas with you, and I hope they appeal to you, and I hope if they spark an interest in you, you'll go to my webpage. Otherwise, perhaps what we say and experience here in just a few minutes' time will be enough to inspire you to move forward with your life, your dreams, and your goals. This all started for me when I found myself drowning in water. I didn't know how I got there or what happened, but all of a sudden I was in trouble. And I was headed towards a big waterfall that looked to me like Niagara Falls. And somehow I'd held on to something like a rope or a root or something, and I saw next to me this huge black pirate ship. And sailors leaping into the water, cannons and cannonballs rolling forward as it reached the edge of the world that I was clinging to, broke in half and fell down into the big black abyss that was just waiting to swallow me whole. At that same time, something over here took my attention, and as I turned to see what it was, it looked like a sea monster with a big yellow eye emerged and submerged in front of me with fins, and it looked as big as a roller coaster and as long as a train. When I got back to what I was doing over here, here was a big white ship, and on the ship I could see people, and I heard my name, Gary Art. That's my name in Texas. And I looked, and here on the edge of the ship, holding on to the banister, was Betty Mosier, this girl I had a crush on. She was the prettiest girl in 5th grade. And she said again, Gary Art, what is the answer? But that wasn't her voice in this dreamlike state I was in with lots of water and a feeling of being frantic. That was the voice of Miss Long. She was my 5th grade social studies teacher. Then I came out of it. I was sitting at my desk at Sudie L. Williams Elementary School in Dallas, Texas, and standing over me, just waiting, was Miss Long. She'd been giving this lecture. She'd asked the question, and I was the most vacant one in the room, and I didn't know the answer. This was not anything new to me. I never knew the answer. I was off always daydreaming and far away. I had many out of the classroom experiences. But something within me on this day, instead of saying, I don't know, said, but you do know. And it said, just moments ago, Miss Long gave the classroom this information. You made a note of it in your retrieval system, and you like this. This is something you've wanted to know about all your life. That's what you come to school for, to learn. You learned something today. So go find it and give it to her. She's waiting. So I looked at Miss Long. I held up one finger, my index finger, and I said, as if to say, just a minute. Then I went searching, and I ran through my mind, and there it was, on the hill overlooking the turnip patch with scarlet with the red clay of Tara, I said, Tara. And Miss Long looked at me. I wasn't used to these kind of looks, like, really? You've almost got it? You're almost there? So then I went back searching for the rest of the answer, and I remembered my Aunt May, who was an impersonator for Patsy Cline, and she said, it's these little sunglasses. They're very convincing because they make me incognito. I said to Miss Long, I said, Terra incognito. And Miss Long looked at me, and for the first time, I heard the words, you're right. And then she looked at me again to make sure it was like it was coming out of me. She said to the class, she said, Gary Art has the right answer. The place that the explorers would go to find treasures and claim new territory for their sovereign kings and queens was in Terra Incognito. Well, what I learned that day was that I didn't have to be the dummy. I didn't have to go through life saying, I don't know. And I did know that I had a bright, inquisitive mind, and I was very imaginative, and I did a lot of daydreaming. But I also knew that I could find any answer I wanted to find. I could find it in a book. I could find it in the library. Nowadays we can find it online. or in the internet. But I found personal empowerment that day that changed my life. I realized there's a formula. Life asks you the question. At first, we're dumbfounded and we don't know that we can find the answer. We don't believe enough in ourselves. But then something within us says, there's something here to believe in. You can find that answer. Go searching. Then you go searching and you find it. That can take moments or that can take years. Then once you find the answer, you deliver the answer, and then you get your reward. And then something else that happens is things get better. And what happened with me then, after Miss Long said, Gary Art is right, and everybody in the classroom for once said, instead of saying that he won't know, he knew. Golly, he was paying attention. There is a brain in there. And then I remember distinctly looking over at the row of chairs, desks next to me, and there was Betty Mosier, the prettiest girl in 5th grade. And she gave me a big smile in recognition that for once I had come up with the answer. And then she turned her attention back to Miss Long, as did I and the rest of the class. So the formula again is, life asks you the question often throws you off and you don't know you can find the answer. You find the answer, however long that takes, you give the answer and you collect your reward, and then even more rewards come to be collected. So I want to share in the following video that this is the continuation of this, and in little pieces that I'm intending to put on YouTube, these 10 steps that will lead you to success. And they are: know that you have the ability to think, know that you have the ability to create, and then attract the catalog of possibilities that creativity and thinking have manifested for you. Look through the catalog and decide what it is that you want. Investigate your ability to of belief, and believe that you can have those kinds of things, and interest in having those things that are appealing to you. Then decide what you want, put what you want in writing, go fast like a tortoise, and then manifest the good that you want by doing the work. And then the last step is to celebrate. So come with me on this journey of discovery, self-discovery, and we'll chart our way to life's riches, health, wealth, and success. Come along.